A very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. Let's learn together.
So as you can see over here, arguments which are against democracy, or what are the demerits of democracy. We have discussed a lot about the demerits as well as demerits of democracy. So just here we are going to highlight those points so that we can just keep them in our mind, so that you can also pen down in your examination. Leaders keep changing in a democracy. That is one of the point which is going against the democratic type of government. We also know that when a particular leader does not perform his roles and responsibilities in a good manner, or whatever he has kept done the promises, and if he is not fulfilling, then the people, the citizen of that country, they used to ask for his resignation, and it leads to change of leader within that 5 years of a span of time. So that is one of the thing which is going against democracy, because if same leader will keep on doing his work for the 5 years, then he will know the things better, in a better way. He will know the ups and downs, and even the test of the public or the demand of the time also. So if he is not there for the full time of his office, that is for 5 years, then it will really be a disadvantage for the people also. But on the same hand, we can also say that if the leaders is not performing his roles and responsibilities as per the demand, then he should be not in that office. So that is a both side coin, we can say. There is a positive remark also in this leaders keep changing in democracy, and we can also say that there is something which is going against that also. Okay, so this is the first point which is going against the demerits of which is going against the democracy. So if you have any points over here, then you can tell me over here. Raise your hand, then I will allow if you want to share something. Anyone? Okay, no ways. Let us move to the next point of demerit of democracy. Democracy is all about political competition and power play. There is no scope of morality, that is humanity, ethics, honesty. Democracy is all about competition. Here there are different parties in every country, somewhere 5, somewhere 10. In China, we also know that there is only one party. But in India, there are many parties. Those who claim to be there, and everyone used to make promises, and they compete with each other. They use all their power to win the election also, whether they use it in a fair way or unfair way, but they try to use all their power and try to win the election. Even they can execute people also. Even they do not have any type of morality. इंसानियत नाम का कोई चीज नहीं रहता है. ये लोग इंसानियत और मर्सी, मोरालिटी, इस पर कोई ध्यान नहीं देते. They just can do anything to win the election. So that is also one of the point that is going against democracy, that these political leaders, if they try to use all their power to win any election, and in that election they really can do anything that you might be knowing that what can do they can do to win a particular election. So that is quite dangerous and going against the democracy. But on the other hand, you will say that there should be a competition, there should be other parties also, there should be opposition party also. So that is also going in favor. But here, if you will say that they are not using, or they are not having humanity, morality, इंसानियत, है ना, honesty, ये सब भूल जाते हैं ये लोग in democratic type of government. Next, that is quite important, that lots of people have to be consulted while making a decision in a democratic type of government. Yes, that is right. If a decision has to be made, then first of all, there are different type of uh, levels of government from where it has to be passed, and a lot of people are consulted in the time being, and which lead to delays, which lead to delay to make a particular decision in a democratic type of government. Sometime it take whole year also, कभी कभी तो एक साल भी लग जाता है एक डिसीजन को फ्रेम आउट करने के लिए, फाइनल करने के लिए, तो which really lead to delays, and it can be you can say it can be a hurdle in the progress of the country also, because sometimes we need to take decisions at quick time also, but at that particular need of the time also, we will have to wait and consult each and every people, at least all the government houses, even chief ministers, prime ministers, and there are many MLAs are also there in the parliament, and there is a voting system. So it takes time to take a particular decision, and which can sometimes be good, which can sometimes be very bad for the country also. Next point is what? Elected leaders do not know the best interest of the people. The leaders whom we elect. So actually, what really happened in India, the particular elected or the leader who is just going to stand at the election and will ask for the vote, they make promises. But after winning the election, they really forget, and many of them perform also. It is not so that every leader used to just forget all the promises and do not perform anything. But out of 10, you can say that only 2 or 3 people used to perform or do their jobs according to their promises or according to the time. But most of the time is that leaders, they do not know the best interest of the people. उनको पता नहीं होता है कि लोगों को क्या बेहतरीन चीज चाहिए, what is the best for the people, and which leads to bad decisions. Because what really happened after the election, they do not come to your house, they do not come to your locality area to find out the problems. They just sit at their particular office, they just enjoy the chair, the facilities that the government they provide to those leaders. If they will come to your house, if they will come to your locality, if they will come to your area, then only they would be knowing that what is the real need of the people, and then only they can make good decisions regarding the people. But in this case, if they do not come, if they do not interfere in the matters of the people, they would not be knowing the best interest of the people, and which really can lead them to take bad decisions also. Means that is the decision which can go against the people also. So that is also one of the point which is going against democracy. Next one is what? Democracy leads to corruption. Yes, that is most important also, I think. Corruption can really lead a country to its back foot. Corruption से एक country जो है बहुत पीछे चला जाता है. And democracy leads to corruption as it is based on electoral competition. क्योंकि electoral competition होता है, लोग voting system करते हैं, और you must be knowing and learning about that many of the tricks are played by the winners. Those who are in the existing, those who are the existing government, they used to play a lot of tricks and unfair means to win the elections, which really lead to corruptions. Because we need the right people at the right post. Right people at the right place can do the right thing. But over here, what we can see over here, that we just elect the person, and that elected person is not really knowing about the people of that particular area also. If you are voting for a particular party, so that party choose their own leader to rule, or you can say to take decisions of the people of that particular area. So it really leads to corruption also, which is not for the people, not for the not good for the people, as well as not for the country also. And let us move to our next point, that ordinary people also, they don't know what is good for them. That is also one of the demerits of democracy. कि आम लोगों को भी इतने वो परेशान रहते हैं, the common people, they are too much busy, that they really don't have time to think what is really good for them. And they do not decide, they could not decide anything. Before they decide, the decisions are made. उनके कुछ decide करने से पहले ही decision ले लिया जाता है. Because those elected leaders, they do not come to them to ask or to consult or to discuss with the people of that particular area. So the decisions are made those people who have been elected by these people. But the real thing what should be there, that those elected leaders should consult the people of that particular area where he has been appointed, so that he can know about the people and know about their demand. But in a democratic type of country like India also, everyone is not having much time to decide or to take participate. So that is also one of the demerits of democracy, that people really don't know about them also, and they do not decide anything, because everything is decided by the elected leaders over here. That is, we have to go through about the arguments which is in favor of democracy, that is merits of democracy. So let us enjoy the merits of democracy, as we have discussed a lot about the demerits. So one of the merit of democracy is that it is better than any form of government, because it responds to the needs of the people. People used to ask the government or the local leader of that particular area, they used to write letters to them, they can meet them in their offices also, they can visit them in their residence also. So they will just give out the inform the people, inform the leader about their needs. And in this type of government, the leader is forced, or you can say have to take decisions and have to respond to the needs of the people. So people over here in a democratic type of government, they can raise their voice, they can protest, and they can ask the government to do a particular work. But in a dictator type of government, dictatorship, where is there is no scope for any type of this protesting. So the people cannot ask the government to do anything for them. So in a democratic type of government, people can ask the government, can force them also to do their work. So that is one of the merits of democracy, which is that the democratic type of government have to respond to the need of the people. The second one that I like the most, that democratic type of government is more accountable form of government. Accountable means jawabdehi. Yani, the government will have to answer to the people. If the citizen of the country is asking for any type of information regarding the accounts or regarding the uses of the finance of the government of the country, then they will have to give total expenses and income details to the citizen of the country. Because they are accountable in a democratic type of government, they will have to give record or details of every paisa and every amount of money. They will have to give answer to the people. They will have to present that particular sheet that will provide information to the people, that where they have used the money that they have collected from the people in the form of taxes and other details also. So democratic is one of the government where it is more accountable than any other form of government. The next point which is going in favor of democracy is that it improves the quality of decision making. Yes, I agree with this point also, because if a lot of people will be consulted, so different views and expression of the people and different ideas will come together, and the best idea will be chosen, and that will be a very good, that will improve the quality of decision making, and that might be the best thing for the people of the country, for the citizen of the country. So if you are consulting people and getting different ideas and choosing the best one, then it really improves the quality of decision. But what we have to do, my students over here, that those particular consultation and decision making should be quick also. Otherwise, it will lead to demerits of democracy. So that is good also, that if you are consulting people and choosing the best option. Again, democracy provides a method to deal with the differences and conflicts. Yes, in a democratic type of government, there is we have the method that we can consult the people in time of differences and conflicts. यानी आपस में कुछ भेदभाव होता है तो हम लोग आपस में बैठ के बातचीत करके ही उसको सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, है ना? By mutual understanding we can solve the issues. So it provides, because in a democratic type of government, people are used to that they have to discuss about the differences and conflicts, क्योंकि लोग जो है इसके आदी रहते हैं कि वो डिस्कशन करते हैं हमेशा, तो क्यों ना हम लोग जो है conflict और differences के टाइम में भी क्या करें, हम लोग बैठ के बात कर सकते हैं, डिस्कस कर सकते हैं, and we can resolve all the type of issues and conflicts. So democracy provides that particular platform. डेमोक्रेसी ये प्लेटफॉर्म प्रोवाइड करता है जहां पर हम लोग डिस्कस कर सकते हैं. So that is also one of the point which is going in favor of democracy. And that is the most important and the most liked by me also, that it enhances the dignity of citizens, because in a democratic type of government everyone is equal, even the richest person and even the poorest person, all both of them are having the same type of rights, right of freedom, right of equality, right to live, right to expression, so the same type of right have been given to the richest one as well as the poorest one also. So the dignity of the citizens are equal in a democratic type of government. You might be knowing about the dignity, यानी कि एक इंसान का इज्जत, है ना, उसके जो होते हैं dignity. So the dignity, or the, you can say, the respect of all the citizens are equal in a democratic type of government. No one is more respectable and no one is less respectable in a democratic type of government. So it gives really equal opportunity also to all the citizens to participate in the affairs of the government also. So that is very, very good and important, and that is really the most important one, and merits of democracy, that it give equal rights and equal opportunity to each. And the last one is what democracy is better than any other form of government, because it allows to correct its own mistakes. यहाँ पर chances है that you can reverse the decision, you can modify the decision, or you can just correct your own mistake also in a democratic type of government. But in other form of government, such as monarchy, such as dictatorship type of government, whatever the things have been announced or declared by the monarch or the dictator has to be followed by the citizen of that particular country. But in a democratic type of country, we can ask the government to take back a decision or reverse the decision or just modify the decision to make the things correct also. So that is only the option, and this type of option is only available in a democratic type of government, my dear student. So I am also in favor of this particular point also. So all are the points over here which are going in favor of democracy. And that is good that we are living in a democratic type of government also. So this is the last topic of the chapter. But so broader meaning of democracy, or the conclusion of the chapter, we are going to conclude one, that in a democratic country, all the people do not rule. That is one of the most important thing over here, that people are not ruling. The people are just electing their representatives and they are taking decisions on their behalf. So we must conclude and keep it in our mind that all the people in a democratic government do not rule, but they participate. A majority is allowed to take decisions on behalf of all the people. So you can see a majority of people is there, and they are allowed to take decisions on those people who used to elect them. Even the majority does not rule directly also. So the majority of the government, whoever has won the election, even they do not rule directly, because they have to consult the people or the MLAs or the MP of the particular state or the country to take a particular decisions also. So they do not rule directly even then after winning the election also in a majority. And the next one, that is the broader meaning of democracy, that majority of the people rule through their elected representative in a democratic type of government. In this type of government, we used to elect our representative, and those representatives take decisions or rule the country or just run the country. Last one, democratic citizen involves consultation. It needs consultation in this particular democratic type of government. Whenever you have to make a decision, you will have to consult, and you will have to take the consent, yani approval, and you will have to take the approval of the people who are going to be affected by that decision. है ना, कोई decision आप public के खिलाफ मतलब उनके favor में लेने जा रहे हैं तो वो affected होंगे ना, whether they are affected positively or negatively. So it is the need of the time that they have to be consulted, because they are going to be affected with that particular decision. So if they will be consulted before taking the decisions, then the right decision will be able to be made, है ना, right decision will be taken if they are consulted. And the next one, democracy is also a principle that can be applied to any sphere of life. है ना, छोटे छोटे मामले में भी आप जो डेमोक्रेसी को फॉर्म को यूज कर सकते हैं. सपोज आपके घर में ही कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स आ गए हैं तो you all people can sit together and take decisions. So it can be applied to any sphere of life. And the most common form of democracy in today's world is that people rule, and that world is rule through people elected representative. Most common, हर जहां पर भी डेमोक्रेटिक टाइप ऑफ गवर्नमेंट है, everywhere most common यही है कि the people used to elect their representative and those representative take decision. So that is the most common form of democracy in the world, that rule through people's elected representative. लोग जिसको elect करते हैं as a representative वही लोग rule करते हैं. That is the thing, you know, in the most form of the government. So my last question is from you all: is it necessary that the majority of the people be ruled through the elected representative? क्या ये जरूरी है कि majority of people को rule करना ही चाहिए elected representative के द्वारा, है ना? That is the question. So I would like to comment in the class tomorrow, and you can comment in the YouTube channel also. There is a space to comment. So I would request you all to comment about this question, whether it is really necessary to be ruled in a democratic country with the help of the elected representative. That is all in this class, my dear students. Thank you and bye bye.
Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye bye. Take care.